Hello members, it's Ferdinands once again, this time for the June 2012 TopStocks member update. Firstly, my apologies for having this a few days late. As you know, there's a lot of activity happening on the site at the moment, which I'll go through in a moment. But thank you for joining me, and this video will be very brief. So let's talk about the TopStocks tipping first. Before I talk about the competition, which the majority of this video will be about, let me talk about the tipping. The tipping feature has completed its beta testing mode, and also thanks to Matros last night, another bug was found. I'll talk about that in a moment, but it's now fixed and the tipping feature is launched. There's quite a few members that are using it. It's had a bit of a hammering over the last few days, which I expected as people get used to the feature with the competition around the corner. There are new links. If you're familiar with the TopStocks menu bar at the top, you'll find that there is a new link now called Tipping, and that is just before the discussion link. And under that tipping, you'll see that there are the leaderboards are there. You'll see that your My Trades, Open a Trade is there. You close a trade obviously in the My Trade section. You've got two new pages there called Search and All Results. So if you click on the All Results, every trade that's currently in the database will come up. And if you click on Search, then the same thing comes up, but a search box will come up as well, which gives you the ability to search not only on your own trades, which I encourage you to do, by the way, because you'll get more information on this screen than what you will get in the My Trades screen, but you'll be able to search on all members' trades, and those are trades that are even rejected, trades that are pending, trades that have been successfully opened, and trades that have been successfully closed as well. So those two new pages are very powerful, and do encourage you to get used to them. Okay, let's talk about the competition. The competition is underway. Registrations are underway. There is a new, again in the TopStocks menu bar up the top, as I discussed, you've got tipping, then you've got discussion, then you've got one called $10,000, and that $10,000 link is all about the competition. And underneath that $10,000 link are about 4 or 5 options which give you all the different things you can do in regards to the competition. You can have a look at the details of the competition, which most of you will know by now. You can also register. If you haven't registered, I know there's over 40 members that are registered right now. We're probably about 1/5 of the way on what we expect in terms of numbers. So if you haven't registered, click on that registration page. On that registration page, you will find all the official terms and conditions. And at the bottom of the page, you will actually see where you register, hit enter, etc. We don't need your address or anything like that. We just need your country, your state. We automatically pick up your email address. You don't need to put that in. We'll automatically pick up your username, but we do require your first name and your surname, because I know a lot of you don't have that in the database at the moment. And once I receive those details, I'll have a look at them, and if everything looks in order, I will register you into the competition list, which is the third link, the official competitor list. If you have registered already, please check that link to make sure that your name is in the database or on the official list. If it's not, contact me straight away and we'll try and understand why that is. So there you are. That is the competition, the new links that are available. Now, you've also got the leaderboard links in there as well, but those links are duplicated in the tipping system. Let's talk about the competition in a little bit more detail. $10,000 first prize. It's cash. I say cash, but it'd probably be a cheque by Vectorvest. I don't think anyone wants to walk around with $10,000 cash these days. The competition is open, and that's Australian dollars. The competition is open to all members, whether you're from Australia or whether you're not. Now, I do know that there's been 2 international registrations already. Welcome. Best of luck. I think there was a member from the UK there, and maybe the Ukraine. I'm trying to remember. So the competition is open to everyone. The only condition is you need to be a member. I mean, that's fairly obvious. But you need to be a member in time. A key date is July 17. So if you are not a TopStocks member before July 17, then I'm sorry, but you can't compete in this competition. Okay. Now, for those of you that are already members, don't worry about the July 17 cut-off date. All you need to worry about is 2 things. You need to worry about not getting suspended, and unfortunately there have been a couple of suspensions already this month which rule those members out of the competition. They can compete, they just can't win the $10,000. But the second thing is you need to register. Like I said, only 40 or so registered right now. You can use the tipping feature at any time, whether it be during the competition or otherwise. But to actually qualify for the $10,000, then you need to register. And as I said, the registration links are all in the new menu, the TopStocks menu at the top of the page. So let's have a look at how you can gain an advantage in this competition. All right, we're expecting roughly around 200 members or so, hopefully more. If there's less, then all the better for you. There's less people to compete with. But how do you gain an advantage? Well, it's very simple. There are three predominant ways that you can gain an advantage. Let me talk about a simple one first. Your history at TopStocks, the number of posts that you have contributed to TopStocks in your membership span, will help you gain advantage. And for example, Journeyman has just reached 1,000 posts. Let me use Journeyman as an example here. Well done, Journeyman, by the way. Thank you for your contribution. Journeyman, because he's reached 1,000 posts, now has an extra 20,000 rank points that will be credited to his account on August 1 or July 31 midnight. If, of course, Journeyman chooses to play in the competition and registers in time. If he does, then he will start the tournament or the competition with 1,020,000 rank points. Other members have 10,000 posts under their belt. Some have 5,000 posts. For every 1,000 posts, you'll receive 20,000 rank points additional bonus into your account. Okay, it maxes out at 200,000 rank points though. So, 10,000 posts, anyone over 10,000 points posts, unfortunately your bonus will max out at 200,000. And giving you any more points than that, it will put other members at a serious disadvantage. Okay, so if you are close to the 1,000 milestone, if you are close to the 2,000 milestone, 3, etc., then get cracking on your contribution, because as soon as you get over those 1,000 hurdles, an extra 20,000 points will be credited to you during the competition if you are registered. All right, that's the first way to get bonus points and to obtain an unfair advantage, so to speak. Second way is to simply subscribe to the VectorVest 60-day free trial, or take the trial up. Now, the trial isn't available as yet. It will be on the site very soon. VectorVest and TopStocks are just going through the final stages there and getting that up. When it does come up, as a competitor, if you take up that 60-day trial, and it's 60 days for a purpose, members, it's 60 days because the tournament runs for 60 days. Okay? So if you take that 60 days up, that free trial, it's free, okay? Then you will gain an extra 100,000 points. All right, now for a TopStocks member that doesn't take that trial up, to get that 100,000 points, they would have to have contributed 5,000 posts. Now, not everyone out there has contributed that many posts. So, if you would like an unfair advantage in the competition, then take up your 60-day VectorVest trial when it becomes available. By the way, you can do both. You can take up the trial and you can gain bonus points from being a TopStocks contributor. So, for example, let me choose Journeyman again. Journeyman, if he registers for the competition and competes, he will have 20,000 points added to his account at July 31st midnight because of his post contribution. And if he takes up the 60-day trial from VectorVest, then he will get another 100,000. So he'll get a total of 120,000 points. He'll start off the competition with 1.12 million points. All right, 120,000 points more than the average member, if you like, that hasn't contributed and hasn't taken up the 60-day trial. All right. Now, if you are already a VectorVest annual subscriber, then obviously there's no point in you taking out the 60-day trial. That would be silly. But if you take part in the competition, your reward for already being an annual subscriber is you will get 150,000 rank points credited to your account July 31st midnight. Not 100, not 20,000, 150,000. Again, in addition to any TopStocks contribution bonuses that you get. Okay. Now, let's just talk about where that maxes out. It maxes out at 200,000 points. Okay, so you can get 200,000 points if you take up the VectorVest 60-day trial, if you take up an annual subscription, or you have between 5 and 10,000 posts on the site in your period, at TopStocks, you can get up to 200,000 points. Okay. If you don't have any contribution history at TopStocks, you've just joined, and I welcome you and thank you for joining, and I wish you all the best of luck in the competition. Don't despair, because you can still get your 100,000 points from VectorVest simply for taking up the 60-day trial. Okay. Now let's talk about the third way that you can gain an unfair advantage. All right, we've talked about the TopStocks bonuses. We've talked about the 60-day trial and annual subscription bonus as well. The third way is very obvious. You actually use the VectorVest system to your advantage. Now, the reason I say that is because I've been taken through the VectorVest system, and it is perfectly designed for this tipping competition. Now, obviously, the system wasn't designed for the competition. You could argue the competition was designed around the VectorVest system, but the two are matched. They're in harmony, if you like. The program, the system that you would follow and you would be taught, the VectorVest system, will help you immensely. It won't help you. It'll give you an unfair advantage in the competition because it is designed to help you choose your stocks, when to enter them, when to exit them, when to hold them, which is exactly how the tipping competition works. And the person that does that the best over the August and September period will obviously take out the competition, will take out the $10,000. All right, so the third way, let me be very clear here, the third way you can gain an unfair advantage is to actually use the VectorVest system to help choose your stocks and manage your portfolio. All right, hopefully that makes sense to you. Look, that's what I wanted to cover with the competition. My thanks go out to VectorVest again. This is very exciting. This hasn't been done before in forum history, in Australia anyway. Certainly there are competitions like this around the world. I know that, for example, the one that was held in America, I think it was $1 million. And my understanding is the person that won that was a VectorVest subscriber. So, you put two and two together here and you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of the unfair advantage that you will get. All right. Very quickly as we wrap up, there's been a lot of activity on the site in terms of suggestions, etc. One of those suggestions was to revamp the site in terms of a new homepage. I have taken that suggestion on board, and I'm very excited to say that there is a new homepage in the making. In fact, some of you that are astute may even see it over my left shoulder here. All right, it's very small there in the video, of course, but the new homepage has been designed. I designed it myself, taking into account the suggestions and feedback that many of you have sent in. And it will take about 1.5 to 2 weeks to produce. It will become the new default or standard homepage, but the current homepage, for those of you that are very used to it and aren't keen to try anything different, will still be available as a separate link. All right, and you still will be able to log into that homepage as well. But this new homepage will have everything that you could possibly need for your daily share, viewing, research, activity, forum discussion, etc. Look, I won't give too much away. Like I said, the markup is done, has been completed, and it is in the making as we speak. All right, now don't forget those dates, members, or if you're viewing this video and not a member. If you're not a member of TopStocks, July 17, you must join before July 17 to take part in the VectorVest competition. If you are already a member, then you must register by the end of this month. Okay, and as soon as the VectorVest 60-day offer comes out, I thoroughly recommend you take that up and you learn how to use the system, and you use that system to gain an unfair advantage in the competition. Now, mind you, if everyone uses the system, then you don't have an unfair advantage anymore. But obviously, if you don't use it, you would be at a disadvantage. Okay, let me say that again. If you're not using the VectorVest system in this competition, then you are at a disadvantage because there will be many, many members that are. All right, and what it comes down to is those that have experimented with the system more than others and are using it to its best. That know the way to navigate around it and know how to operate it correctly. You need time to be able to do that. I've had a look at the system and the experts showed me how to do it, and it only took 30 seconds or so for an entourage of shares to consider, to buy, and all that sort of thing. But for you that are new to the system, then I advise you do join up early, take advantage of the offer and experiment with it. Be ready for a August 1 start, because I can guarantee there'll be other members that are. Members, thank you very much for watching the video. The next update will be, the video update will be at the end of this month. There will of course be a newsletter in a couple of weeks, give you more information on the competition. Start registering, shoot me any questions that you have in regards to the site or particularly to the competition. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you all again soon.